I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here at Highways UK with my good friends of the industry in Billington. Ian, we spoke lots and lots about technology, lots about development, lots about the things that we're trying to achieve and bring into the industry. And we last met at the Development Centre for National Highways, and that was a little while ago. So I wanted to catch up with you to find out what's been going on and also where things are moving forward. We were putting drones in the air last time. What's been happening and why is it so important we continue all of that investment?
So, I mean, we're continuing to run the site and develop it further, still using sustainable energy on the site and looking at implementing more and various types of sustainable energy products. This gives us the ability to take the assets off grid and start to feed back into the grid and looking at then using that overproduction of the energy during summer to create things like green hydrogen and that kind of thing. So really taking it to the next level from a grid perspective.
Yep.
We're also working on looking at mini grids, so connecting the network across all of the sites to create this mini grid where we can move power around the network as needed. Again, it's a longer term perspective, but it's something that we're trying to achieve. Still using drones on the site, so we're still demonstrating and trialing different types of drones, looking at things like thermal technology, tethered drones, so when we have an issue on the network where we need supplementary imagery or lighting or anything else, we can pop up a tethered drone now to give us that additional support and additional data where we can work with the emergency services to share that feed. The other areas that we're looking at the moment is more cross-government agency collaboration.
Right.
So this week, for instance, we've got TfL coming to site there, where we're demonstrating to them the work that we've done so far using the public purse and making best value of that, so we're not duplicating effort, but also to allow them to come to the same site to expand on what we've already done, so make it more bespoke for what they need, again, rather than spending twice for the same thing.
I think what's really interesting, and for me it's really exciting to hear about the infrastructure, because what we need to do with the development centre is we need to test everything, see how it works.
Definitely.
But everybody's saying to us, look, are we going to get hydrogen machines? The answer is going to be yes, folks. Only if, though, we have the infrastructure and the capability to, one, test them in the first place in your real world scenario,
Indeed.
and two, understand how we can make an infrastructure work for a big road project that does exactly what you said, creates the solar energy, adds that in, creates the hydrogen on site, adds the battery capacity in for winter, so that actually we can then create our own infrastructure. That's so important, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of the hydrogen that we have in the UK at the moment is produced using fossil fuels. So you're just shifting that carbon deficit. So ideally, if we can start producing things like green hydrogen on site by using the overproduction of the solar energy, then it's obviously going to benefit us in the long term.
And I think that's really important when we're talking about alternative fuels. There's no point in going to an alternative when basically it's going to cost more carbon.
Exactly.
You know, and yet we all know that the battery power machines are only going to be a certain size and at a certain time.
Yeah.
And so we need that flexibility. And so, you know, when we've got that kind of technology coming in, what I really like to see is how we take that and we scale it up. And so I'm going to be talking to you again in the future.
Sure
I'm sure we will with that. But the other great thing is when I was last there, you were testing drones out and their capabilities. And now to say that that's moved on to tethered drones, to using the information for emergency services. So we're not having to put people in danger. We can get that data immediately fed out, and so people can see, you know, do we need an air ambulance? What's happening with the traffic situation in real time? And that's critical, isn't it? When we're going to save lives.
It is, because it's assisting with us from a complete perspective. It's providing the emergency services with the information that they need from what's happening on scene. Do they need more support? Same with the maintenance teams. What do they need to then turn up with to then speed up that process for getting the road back up and open and set back safe again. So it's all about keeping the public safer, making the road more efficient and the delivery of what we do much more efficient.
And for me, what we normally talk about is surveys, folks. So surveys for making roads, but also we've really got to consider the surveys that in that immediate sense for saying how can we look at a spillage, for example, how can we look at an accident and the road damage and go, what have we got people in that vicinity with the right materials, with the right machines to actually get there and repair that issue straight away. And so surveying in that context, knowing that you've done these tests, we're getting the right drones for the right applications, really does make a huge difference, doesn't it?
It will do, yeah. Going forward, it's going to have a huge impact on the travelling public. It's taking it to the next level from a safety perspective.
Yep, and of course, folks, what's really exciting for me is to seeing as well with your colleagues that we're talking about the A12 coming on stream, but we're already talking about how you're bringing in new safety systems like Safe to Pass from Safety Shield that I reported on a while ago. That came out of trials again that have already happened, so you can see the journey continues, can't you?
Yeah, there's definitely the fruits of our labours now with innovation is coming to that fruition. It's a lot of these innovations that we've been trialling over the last couple of years are now going into business as usual, and we're reaping those benefits from a safety and efficiency and carbon saving perspective.
And so it's great news here at Highways UK with Ian. Keep on doing what you're doing, Ian, and fascinating. It's the first time I've heard about the infrastructure. I think that's a brilliant idea. But all of the drones have come on, all the safety continues, and it's all about getting us more productive, more efficient, but ultimately safer on site for everybody and the end users. Great to see you again, Ian.
Great.
Cheers.
Thank you.